Hi, this is Inanna. Today I want to talk with you about tattoos. Many people have tattoos. They're something that are very commonplace in our society. I myself got my first tattoo after several decades. It's the Star of Ishtar. You can see it, I got it on my left forearm. Ishtar, or the other name for her, is Inanna. She was a Sumerian goddess, and her journey represented something very special to me, which I'll tell you about in just a moment. My question for today is, what do your tattoos mean to you? I have several friends. Many of my friends have tattoos. Some people got them just because they thought they looked nice. Some people got them just to get their name on their arm. Others got tattoos that marked certain events in their life, and they serve as a reminder for that time in their life. All of these tattoos have different levels of meaning. Some of them are observable. You look at it, it's a Chinese symbol for peace. Others are more implicit. You have to ask, or they have a story behind them. My particular tattoo, just in case you're wondering, I got this in the last couple years when I went through something very challenging in my life. And I think that many of us out there have been through those moments in life where everything has come undone and we're forced to face ourselves at our deepest, darkest place. Inanna, the first goddess in the world, like I said, she was a Sumerian goddess. She was the goddess of the heaven and earth, and her sister, Ereshkigal, was the goddess of the underworld. Ereshkigal's husband had died, and Inanna went to pay her respects. When she got to the gates of the underworld, she found guards. And those guards, at each of the 7 gates, required her to give up something that she had used to define herself, whether it was her beautiful lapis necklace, her staff, her crown, her glorious robes. At each of the 7 gates, she had to give up something that had identified and defined her as Queen of Heaven. What I went through was very similar in that I had to give up a lot of different things that I used to define myself. And like Inanna, I finally stood naked in front of my darker self. That darker self for Inanna was her sister Ereshkigal, and Ereshkigal was so upset that she would think to come down, that Inanna would come down from the sky and the earth and could understand the darkness that she lived in. She killed her, hung her body on a meat hook for 3 days to rot, and continued her weeping. Inanna was rescued and was able to ascend. I mean, there's a whole big long story about that, but she was able to ascend or resurrect. And on the way back up through the 7 gates, she was able to decide what will continue to define me and what will I leave behind. My journey was very similar to that, where I had to sort of put back together the pieces after having hung on the meat hook for a little while. Every time I look at my tattoo, I'm reminded that I am, like Inanna, I'm rising, and I'm able to overcome the storms and anything that life can throw at me now. And I know that many of you out there have tattoos that have similar meaning to you. So please, I'd love to hear your stories. You can upload your pictures, upload your videos. Share with us, one and all, what do your tattoos mean to you? Are they just body art, decorations to enhance your features? Or do they have some deeper meaning, something that reveals what your soul has gone through on this journey? For more information about Inanna, I recommend the book Into the Great Below. It's a devotional to Inanna and Ereshkigal. Not that you need to go off and worship, but it's just a beautiful story of her journey. And it helped me get through my journey. And I hope to hear about your journeys as well. Thank you, and thanks for tuning in to Inanna Rising.